Ladies and gentlemen, ba ba ba. Sorry, quite possibly. I'm trying. To be honest, I have no idea where I was going with that. Quite possibly, the best airsoft speedloader that your hard-earned money can buy. And today, ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about the Vanguard Solutions Airsoft Speedloader. Look at that. Now, to many of you might be thinking, this is just an ammo can. And yeah, sorry about the fingerprints. I've obviously been playing with this because I could not help myself before I got it on video. WTF is the Vanguard Solutions Airsoft Speedloader. This just isn't just, I can just imagine that Marks and Spencer's advert. This isn't just any airsoft speedloader. This is a Vanguard Solutions speedloader. So on the back of me covering the EMG one, I think that's probably what spurred it on a little bit. I got an email from Vanguard Solutions. They said, we can see you've registered interest in the Vanguard Solutions speedloader before. We took a look at your channel. We like what we see. Would you be interested in us sending you over an airsoft speedloader so you can see what we think is the best option on the market today? And I, of course, said yes. I was so giddy with excitement when that email came through. Many people in the Discord will confirm this. I was so excited for this. I've probably been more excited for this than any of the guns that I've recently shown on the channel. And that's saying something because, I'm also excited about doing gun stuff. But why are you watching this video? Now, please stay and bear with me for this video. It's probably not going to be a short video, but I think everything that I'm going to tell you is going to be important. Let's get the suck out the way first. What many people are going to be saying in the comments, I can already see it now. This thing is expensive, and quite rightly so, it is. But when you're looking at things, when you want something the best it can possibly be, usually you got to spend that hard-earned dough. Now, I think these retail for around about 300 euros, 299 euros. There's two models you can get. I'm unsure of the model number. I'll have to double check. But there's basically the Airsoft Speedloader, and then you can get a Pro version. And I think the only difference with the Pro version is it comes with some extra little bits and features that I'll hopefully try and show you today. So this is an automatic speedloader. It's built into this very handy ammo can box. You've got two ports here. One puts them out, one puts them in. You've got a little very, very nicely made machine knob here with a rubberized texture in the middle. It's very nice. Got obviously knurling on there, and then you've got this rubber texture, which I really do like. So when you get this delivered to you, you have to be careful because those latches and the springiness of the lid is quite strong. You're going to open this up. Now, I'm not sure with the Pro version whether they come with these adapters. They were in the box as I opened it up. I'm not sure if they come with the Pro and they don't come with the non-Pro model. So they came with those, and they also came with a battery which has the Vanguard Solutions branding on there as well. This was in the box too. And not really much to see inside. You've got this really nice metal sort of slide to push the BBs from one side down to the other that feeds them into the mechanism. They've got some really high quality materials in this thing. You can see the metal loader at the bottom there. And of course, there's some fancy electronics that go with it. So out the box, this came with some red BBs in the feed tube. I imagine these are just some generic cheap BBs that they can get where they're made, and just to test them. So this had been tested before it had been sent to me, and the only reason I know that is because on the BB counter, so this can track all your stats with loading your mags and stuff, and how many BBs you've loaded in total. So there was about 300 rounds or so. So it's nice to know that once they put them together, they do give it a bit of a thorough test before sending it out. You can see here, you've got Vanguard Speedloader, date of manufacture September 2024, model Pro, and then the serial number there. So to get this thing started, I'm going to take our battery. It has this very nice strong Velcro type material on the back here. It's not like normal Velcro, it's like that plasticky stuff that's very strong. And you've got some on the back of the PCB board here. So we're just going to slot this in place. I also really like that they've chose XT60s. To me, in my opinion, the XT60 is to the Deans what Deans is to Tamiya. It's a better connector. Now, many would argue, how much better of a connector would you need over Deans? And yeah, that's a very good argument to make. But I am a fan of XT60s. I actually bought an absolute shed load of XT60s to convert all my electric guns before I decided to, sell them all. So we're going to pop that in there. I'm not going to load it up just yet. So I'm going to pop this down. The latch and the springiness of the lid is quite strong, so we're just going to leave it there for now. So we're just going to tap this once. I'm going to zoom you in here, and you can see on the screen we've got Vanguard Pro. It gives you a readout of the battery, how full the battery is, like a meter. I did just charge this battery up before I decided to do this because I didn't want to have a duff battery a flat battery for the sake of demonstration. So when you turn it on, you're going to have some presets which are locked, and you can scroll down to the bottom and you can press unlock, and that unlocks all the presets for you. Now what this means, if you've got magazines, let's say you've got some 100-round mid caps, but then you want to do some pistol mags that are 25 rounds, we just hold this button down here and it puts the selection to the right, and then we can tune this down, or we can tune this up, because you can actually use this with this little fitment that came with it, which I do think they might sell these separately. This is like a spout, so you can fill any type of like high cap or anything like that. Good if you've got game restrictions. Let's say you've only got high caps, but your site says you can only use a maximum of 200 rounds in a mag. You can count them out with this speed loader. So we can obviously dial this all the way down. Say if we were doing MWSs, mags or GBBR mags, we can, rock it all the way down to like 35. And you are going to have to do some fine tuning. So they say that, you should load the mags down compared to what their max capacity is. Now, what I'm going to do for you, I'm just going to quickly grab the leaflet that comes with it and show you that before we get started. Right, let's have a look at the little leaflet that came with it. So, Vanguard Solutions, dear Airsofter, I'll put this in focus on the screen here, so if you do want to read this out, you can pause the video and read this. It's just basically that them thanking you for buying their products and such. I imagine this comes with every Vanguard Speedloader. You can see the links to their social medias there, or the email if you want to get in touch with them. They also do have a website if you want to order on the website. And what this is doing is it's just basically, a brief manual, how to do certain things, how to do your presets, stats, power. You can put a key code on it, which, just looking at other videos, I probably wouldn't recommend that, because the only thing I think about the key code is you be putting that on there to stop people using it. And in my opinion, it would be far easier for someone to grab this and take it away than guess that key code. But then I suppose they'll have the problem of not having the key code, not having the satisfaction of using it. So, but if you do forget that key code, I imagine you'd have to contact Vanguard if you forgot it to try and get that reset. We have extra menu items, so you can do a preset X, which every value that you do is like 1,000 BBs. So it just basically puts. This would be good if, like, you could even use something like this, say if you was packaging your own ammo. Now, I wouldn't recommend that, but if you wanted to distribute ammo between your team, I'm just trying to think of extra reason why these. You could use it to fairly accurately count out a couple of thousand rounds if you need to. The Pro also has a reverse function, so what this means is if you want to change weights and stuff like that and you've still got BBs in the feed tube, you can do a reverse function and it pulls the BBs back through so you can empty it fully and you haven't got mixed BBs in the speed loader. You'll have info items, so it'll have counters, total of things. It even detects errors, so it can tell how many errors it's had. You can even set like the pressure limit, so you know what that means is you can decide how much force the motor wants to give feeding the rounds into your magazine. It's set to 80. I'm going to leave it there. If they're happy at that, then I'm happy. So we can zoom in here, and the way we get to these extra features, when we scroll down, we can hit options, and we've got settings. So you can set the power of the loader. Like I say, I'm going to leave it on 80%. You can put stats, so you can turn that on. You can put a key code in there if you want to. You can do extra, you got your preset X and your reverse function. And you got info, options, info, total, counter, errors, 0. And then you can actually find out what the version is. So it's version 3.1. All that out the way, I know many of you screaming at the screen at the moment going, come on, we want to see this thing in action. So we're going to get to it. And we're going to give this a test like we did the MG. I'm not going to do every magazine, but we're going to do, you know, more than enough to show this thing working. For the demonstration, I'm going to be using 0.25s just because it's not usually a BB that I use, but I've got a ton of them, so we can use them in this loader. So I'm just going to tip these in here. No, I'm just going to tip them all in because if we don't use them, we don't use them. If we do, we do. So once we've got that loaded, we lock this down. Like so. Now we're going to start with something simple, I think, which would be like mid-caps and stuff like that. So let me get some mags together and then we'll start testing this bad boy out. So, first of all, we're going to test some electric magazines. Now, why? Because majority of people that buy this are going to be using electric magazines. It's just the way it is. So let's get to it. We've got the EPM AR9. We've got a bunch of M4 mags. We've got an EPM1, which is a good test. The EPM4 Evos. We've got an M45 Aries mag. We've got a KWA QRF Mod 3 mag. So let's give this thing a go. So first of all, I'm going to try 100 rounds in this PTSP mag, one of the originals. And what I'll say first is we want to prime the tube because we've just filled it up. So I'm just going to hit the 35 button and use the spout. This is what I've been using the spout for. It's going to load 35 rounds. It's going to load them up until you're pretty much there. And get rid of the few that are in the top. So now we've primed the BB tube. There's a small O-ring on the top here which secures them, stops them falling out. What would be nice, which you could 3D print easy, is maybe just a cap for the exit spout. But we're going to take the mag. We're going to select 100. We're going to place our mag on. And you see you got these two counters. So you get one that counts up and one that counts down. And that's it. That's 100 rounds in the mag. And just as easy as we fill it, we can empty our mags as well. So for AGP, users, this thing is going to be a godsend, especially like HPA and stuff as well. PTS EPM mag for the MTWs. Let's give that a go. We're just going to dump 100 rounds into it. It takes a matter of seconds. So not only do I think it fills faster than the EMG one, you can also set how many. So with the EMG one, yes, it's like a third of the price. However, the only thing that you've got to tell you when to stop is when it kicks the mag off because it can't get any more in. And the main bug that I've had with this EMG loader is it does tend to mark up the BBs quite badly. But apart from that, it's been okay. So PTS EPM AR9, I think these are like, let's try 120, and this is where you could like be dialing it up or down. So we're going to try 120. I can't quite remember what the capacity of this mag is. I'm going to put 120 rounds in, and that was no problem at all. So let's go 130, see what happens. I think these might be like 130, 140 round mags. So let's go again. And one thing to note is it's quiet and it's like really, really smooth. They really have done the R&D they need to on this, so that's not a problem at all. The PTS E9 mags, again, I can't remember how many of these hold. Is it like one? Let's go 120, because I can't remember. And we're just going to push the follower in on the EPM mag if we can, like that, just so we can place it on the top there. And let's give it a go. Ooh. And there we go. So it's not quite 120, but I wasn't paying attention there, which is why it kicked off like it did. Let's see. Let's do that again, but let's see if we can trigger the pressure. It's got like a pressure sensor. So let's see if we can do that. Let's just go for it. See, pressure limit. It managed, and it even tells you pressure limit at 114 BBs. So not only it's telling you that that you know you've hit the max, or that the 80% power limit of the Speedloader itself. It's telling you exactly how many it managed to get in there. So I thought these were 120, 130 rounds, but I must be wrong. So I just wanted to show off that feature. The Aries M45 mags. God, I really can't remember. Let's go for 120. I think it's more than that, but we'll give it a go. Yeah, 120 rounds in that. Absolutely no drama. So all these AEG mags, as you'll see, are no problem. Now, this is an 80 round mag. So let's change this down. To 80 rounds, and let's see how we get on. And it's the important thing here is, yes, you've got, I mean, you did see the trip out when, you should be putting, constant pressure down anyway, but there is that safeguard of it going, right, I've tried to put, too many BBs in, I've hit my limit of the pressure, and it gives you a readout. Now, what you want to be doing with this, because you can count the BBs and how many you put in a mag, and bear in mind this is an 80 round mag and it filled it up, no drama whatsoever, didn't kick it off, didn't have any issues like that. Can I get another BB in? No, so it's filled it to 80 rounds. Now, you might always go, right, 80 rounds, I'm going to put like 75 in or something like that. You want to have longevity out of your mags. But honestly, I am just... Oh... I'm in my element so much with this Speedloader. I went to press the button to change the capacity. I'm leaving this in because you guys seem to like it when I make a boo-boo and leave it in rather than edit it out. So to change the rounds, you want to hold it. I need to remind myself how to do that. And now here is the test. So this is a 250 round magazine. Now I'm not going to go 250. Because I don't trust the PTS mag have taken exactly 250, so I'm going to go 245, which seems like a nice conservative figure, and we'll see how many rounds we can get this, see how it goes. I love the counter up and down as well. And it fed 245 rounds into that mag. No drama whatsoever. So you can see it's a little bit low. So we're going to see if we can do the full mag. Let's go. Please, Vanguard. Let's hit this. Let's get it all the way. That counter's really good. It's quite satisfying to watch. And there you have it. It can load a 250 round EPM1 mag all the way to full, no drama whatsoever, and the weight, you can feel the weight in the mag. Very, very good indeed. Now, I'm not going to test these little Scorpion here. In fact, let's do it. Let's do it. Hold the button, don't press it, because I don't want to dump 250 rounds on the floor. So we're going to scroll this down. It's a very tactile feeling, adjust a knob here. I'm going to go down to 75, so I'm at my game. I'm about to use my Evo or my MTW9. I'm going to place the mag on there. going to dump 75 rounds in. I'm going to put the next mag on. And just like that, we're good to go. I think this is one of those products where it is expensive. However, I think after you've used it, you'd be thinking, all of the ways of filling my mags are just done. Right, now we get to the test. This is gonna be a test. GBD mags. Now, I did test it with properly made adapters for these magazines with the EMG one, so I'm going to do the same on this. I'm going to go down to our 35 round preset. This is a Tokyo Marui MWS mag, 35 rounds, and here we go. And God, that was quick. Right, 35 rounds. Now, what I want to do is we want to count how many's in here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. So it can load 35 rounds into my MWS mag with no drama. Now, I would always test it. So I've put 35 rounds in. I would always get something like, you know, the push rod of a speed loader. Just put it on the top BB. So I'm just going to demonstrate that to you now. I'm at my game. I want to fill my MWS mag. Bear in mind, watch how fast this does it. It's full. It's full. And then what I'm going to do is I'll do with anything, because there's always a possibility of loading one up or one down. I'm going to take my plunger. I'm going to press down on the mag. And you'll see we've got precisely 35 rounds in. If this was 36, I wouldn't be able to do this. So that works tremendously. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34. I might have just missed one there, 35. Right, MWS mag. The others are going to be a breeze, I know it. TM AKM or AKX mag, same capacity. I mean, the only thing I would say to make sure of is, you know, when you've got the top round, sometimes the BBs can balance. You know, if they're perfectly balanced on the top, just be careful with that, because I imagine it won't count that top round. So we've just put 35 in our AKM mag. And of course, Guns Modify, PMag. Let's go. There we go. So I'm loading my mags again. See how that's like slightly pushed out like that? What I would say is just always remove the top one that's above the O-ring, and then you're not going to accidentally get an extra round dumped into your mag. So super easy. You've seen this adapter, which is like the spout for filling high caps and stuff if you want to. Maybe you're filling your mid caps, a buddy goes, oh, can you know, put me some 0.3s in my high cap mag? So I'm going to take the thing apart because the latch is quite strong. You can go, yeah, sure, how many do you want? 200 rounds, put that on, fill his high cap up, and then back to business. This one I'm not too sure of. I imagine it's just a beefed up version, maybe an extension to move the loader away from the top face of the speed loader. These are all magnetized, so when you pop them on, they snap in place, like so. Right, here comes the test. Do we have Tokyo Marui mag? Now, this is the test. Now, Glock magazines are ridiculously hard to fill with something like this. I'm going to use the adapter that's been included, and we're just going to see if it works. It might not. Let's give it a go. And that's just loaded. That's just loaded an Airsoft Glock mag. Now, I selected 25. I think the last one didn't quite load, but I would probably leave it there. Now, you could go 26. Let's give that a quick test, because you're always going to have one left over in the top of the adapter. So let's push that one up to 26. Now, I am in dangerous territory here in case if I get this wrong. So let's give this a go. And we have loaded the mag. It is full, so this is what you need to be, you know, careful of if you're trying to overload your magazines. So I pop the top round out, and you could see, maybe want to do one more. This is just to stop you damaging the nozzle on your guns. If I can get this bloody thing out. So pop the top round out, because as I've said in many videos with GBBs, you always want to be able to do that and have a space at the top. Glock mag, wow, that is quite impressive. I don't think we managed to do that on the EMG loader. What else have we got? This is an FNX mag. Let's put that back down to 25 just in case. VFC FNX mag, let's see if it'll fill this one. See, it did kick in there, pressure limit 15. And this is probably just to do with the shape of the magazine with the adapters. I'm going to give that one more go. I don't think I managed to get this to work with any speed loader. Yeah, it's just a little bit too much. So you probably would need like a purpose-built adapter for some of these magazines. So it reckons it got about 23 in there. So we are good to go. Now, I can't think of anything else to fill. Oh, yeah, I can actually. I very much can. The test of all tests. Now, the only thing that might go against this next test is the safety cutoff with the pressure, because the EMG doesn't have that. But this is probably the most difficult test of all, the VFC M249 cassettes. Now, we did manage to overfill this mag all the way to like 175 with the EMG one, but we did have to force it. So I can now select, so I always fill these up by hand to 125, because that's a nice number where the magazine's not going to, you know, explode on you. So let's give this a go. Now, this might not go all to plan with the safety sort of cut off, but let's give it a try. Oh my god. So it's done 125, and you see how in the EMG loader it didn't stack them properly? These ones are all stacked properly. See, I can't see here, but we had all kinds of like missed BBs on the EMG one. So yeah, so far impressed. Now, why, you're probably saying to yourself, why would I buy this over the EMG one that's going to cost me a third of the price? Well, if I haven't got through to you by now at this point in the video, almost 30 minutes later, why this is better, I don't think I'm ever going to do that. Price isn't always everything. Not only can this hold more BBs, it can hold a bigger battery. You're not having to try and, because the problem with this one, remember, we couldn't actually get our battery to fit in there. I had to have the battery on the outside. I wouldn't be carrying one of these things around in a game zone with me anyway, unless it was a milsim and you were moving to like sort of like recce points or whatever you want to call it, forward operating base, anything like that. This is all contained. Now, I would be only putting BBs in this that I generally use in most of my replicas. So with GBRs, it's either 0.3s or 0.4s. If you've got, let's say you put in 0.3s or 0.4s for this thing for like all your ARs, GBRs and stuff like that, but then you want to put some 0.48s in a sniper rifle, it wouldn't be beneficial to empty all this out to then just load a couple of sniper rifle mags. So that's where, if you've got the expendable income, something like this might be a bit handy just to do obscure weights, but that happens very, very rarely. So we're just going to go down here, we're going to go to the options, and we're going to reverse this. It's going to load the rounds in. I'm just going to press it again, and there we go. So that is the Vanguard Speedloader. Hope you like it. I hope you like the demonstration as well. I know it's going to be a long one. I'm trying to cover as many questions as you guys might have on this thing. If you like what you see, be sure to go over and check Vanguard Solutions out. They're based in Europe, and they seem a really nice bunch of people. I think these guys are airsofters, and they just wanted to make a product that was the best of its kind on the market. And in my opinion, this is the world's best speed loader that I've ever come across. Yes, you might have some really obscure ones that are only available in Asia and stuff like that. Never seen them, and I think they were like stupid money, like thousands and thousands of pounds. It's €300, and it's probably going to last you. I mean, they put warranties on this stuff. I think they guarantee it for like, was it 1 million BBs or something daft like that? You can find all the information on their website. Just reading little bits here, see if it said it, but it doesn't. So they have guarantees on their website. They look like the type of guys that if you have a problem, they'll look after you. And I hope you've enjoyed it. Now, I'm probably going to be doing some more content on this speed loader. I want to see how long it takes to fill an absolute bunch of magazines. So we'll leave it there because it's getting a long video. Hope you've enjoyed it. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Anything you want to see me do that you haven't seen me do already with this speed loader, put it down in the comments below. Go show the guys at Vanguard Solutions some love. You know, they provided this so I can cover it on the channel and get it in front of you guys so you can see the product without just looking at a website description. And yeah, have an absolute fantastic day, evening, morning, wherever you are in the world. Check out the links in the description if you'd be so kind. And as always, from me, a very sophisticated speed loader and bench. We'll see you in the next video.
Out on the field, the battle's near, but I ain't worried, there's no fear. I got my mags and my gear packed tight, but there's one tool that keeps me light. No more fumbling, no more waste. With my speed loader, I'm setting the pace. In the heat of the fight, it's clear to see Vanguard's got the edge for me. Load 'em up, fast and clean. Vanguard Speedloader, it's a dream. Babies fly just like a breeze. Click, snap, reload with ease. In the heat of the game, I know I'm set. Vanguard Speedloader, the best one yet. Running low, I hear the click, but with Vanguard I'm back so quick. No more hands covered in BBs falling. With one smooth push, I hear 'em calling. Tighten up the mag, push it down. Watch the rounds just stack and crown. Every second saved means more play. Vanguard keeps me in the fray. Load 'em up, fast and clean. Vanguard Speedloader, it's a dream. BBs fly just like a breeze. Click, snap, reload with ease. In the heat of the game, I know I'm set. Vanguard Speedloader, the best one yet. No more struggle, no more jam. This loader's built to work, not scam. Every mag gets filled just right, ready for the next firefight. Vanguard's got me locked and loaded. Every mag perfectly coded when it counts and the pressure's high. I can trust it every time. Load 'em up, fast and clean. Vanguard Speedloader, it's a dream. BBs fly just like a breeze. Click, snap, reload with ease. In the heat of the game, I know I'm set. Vanguard Speedloader, the best one yet. So when you're out there in the zone and the mag runs dry, you're not alone. With Vanguard Solutions, you'll never fall. Load 'em up and give it your all.